Ciao Juventino of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on my channel. Big title of today is, did Sarri become a Juventus fan? Let's see that together. Yesterday there was again a new episode of A Casa con la Juve, at home with Juventus, on their official Juventus TV app or on YouTube. So every day they have a new guest, a new host. A lot of them went there, like Chesney, Pinsoglio, Trezeguet. But yesterday there was Sarri. There was like a 50 minutes episode where Sarri spoke about a lot of things, what he prefers to eat, his memories, his music and so on. But the last part, the very last part, was really interesting because he said something really strange for most of the people listening to it. I translated it and I will read it for you. There are two things that have impressed me. One is the love and the other one is the hate towards us. We are surrounded by love in every part of Italy, but also hate. You understand this only when you start living inside the Juventus world. We are the ones that are always favored by referees, but then when you watch the numbers and you start seeing something totally different. For me personally, I have been booed in Naples, city where I was born and where I gave everything as a trainer, everything. In Turin, the Fiorentina supporters were insulting my mother. This makes you understand how much hate there is towards the club and the team. When you are that much hated from the outside of the world, you link up even more with the inside. And this makes you fall in love with your new reality. If you become a Juventino, it's because from the outside you are always continuously attacked and hated by all. That's what Maurizio Sarri said at the end of A Casa con la Juve, at home with Juventus. Strange words, because he's admitting he became a Juventus supporter. That's strange for a big fan of Napoli. So there are two theories. One part of the supporters is saying, he was probably faking. He wants to attract all the tifosi that hates him, because there is a big part, let's be honest, a big part doesn't want Sarri to be the head coach of Juventus. So people are saying probably he's saying those words that he fell in love with Juventus because he wants to attract them and have them by his side. So that's one theory. And then the other theory is from tifosi that says, okay, the guy, he's honest, 100% honest. He started living the Juventus world and he fell in love with Juventus. So, that being said, what do I think? Most of you doesn't know me personally, but I'm a manager, I'm managing people, and management and communication are so important. I made a video about Sarri, what were his biggest mistakes, and I speak about management. Those were the biggest mistakes. But then you go from the beginning. When Sarri was announced at Juventus, he was clearly open and transparent. He said, I am a Napoli supporter. I love Napoli. I spent there a lot of years. I never forget what I did for Napoli. Then when we played versus Napoli and we lost versus Napoli, he even admitted that, okay, he was sad for sure that we lost the game, but he preferred losing versus his ex-teammates or his ex-team. So that they were happy, than versus another team. So that makes it actually Sarri still have that big connection with Napoli. So he's always transparent, open, a lot of communication mistakes when he's doing press conferences where we all say, what is the guy saying? Did he have to say that? So my point is, I really believe the guy was honest yesterday when he said that he fell in love with Juventus. I'm working for retail, for fashion. I worked for several brands in my past, from big names in the denim industry to fast shopping brands. And I have to say that even sometimes when I was offered some jobs and I was not really convinced because I didn't have a big link with that brand in the beginning. When you start working for them, you understand what they are doing, you start meeting the people working with passion for the brand, well known or not. You start falling in love with it. You start being proud of the brand you're working for. So I completely understand that after a few months now being at Juventus, even if you hated Juventus in the past, you start loving them. So I really believe the guy was honest. Did he become the #1 Juventus supporter? Absolutely not. His heart will always be the child heart loving Napoli and supporting Naples. That's a fact that will never change. But his vision changed meanwhile after a few months with Juventus. Now he started to be a Juventus supporter also. The same, and I have to admit it also, Antonio Conte from being at Juventus, hating Inter. Remember 5th of May 2002, where he was so much celebrating and explaining his hate versus Inter, and now he's training Inter. Will he become an Inter fan forever? Probably not. His heart will always be bianconero, but also he will start to love that reality, and that's what happened actually with Sarri. Something really crazy is that, and I really love that part when he was saying that people always say that Juventus is favored by the referee's decision. And then when you really see the facts, the number, you realize that it's not like that. For sure, we had favors, absolutely yes, but a lot of time we don't receive those favors and other teams have them. So look at the statistics before speaking. So I was really loving what he said, and something funny, and we have to mention it. Mr. Sarri in 50 minutes episode, he smoked 4 cigarettes. He smoked it in front of the camera at home for sure via Skype, but the guy, he was on an official communication part, an official communication channel of Juventus, and he didn't care. So that means also that the guy was honest from the beginning until the end. He was not there playing a role, otherwise he would not have smoked. No, the guy was just smoking 4 cigarettes in 50 minutes. That average a lot, but he did it. He was transparent, he was open. Do I change my opinion about Sarri today? I always thought that we have to give him a chance. I believe he's a man of convictions, strong convictions. I was never against him. I was never a big fan of him, but I believe we have to give him a chance. And having him saying those words make my sympathy for him even grow a bit more. That all being said, I'm interested in your opinion. What do you think? Do you believe Sarri? Yes. You don't believe him, you think he was faking, let me know in this comment section. That would be great. What I always appreciate is if you put a like on the channel and if you can subscribe. My goal is that with my channel, a lot of English Juventus speaking community start being aware of what's happening around Juventus through my channel. So share the word, share my channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, Forza Juve.